All right, joining us now for discussion is Republican strategist and the host of 13-Minute News Hour, Bobby Eberle. Bobby, I see you shaking your head already. I'm doing the same. I've been doing the same all day since this story came to light. But it's pretty straightforward here. You know, China, Iran, Russia, North Korea, not exactly our allies. You know, some in Texas still have qualms about the bill. Why is that? Entertain us.
Well, you know, it goes back to the Democrats. They have nothing to offer. They can't engage in a debate. So as soon as something they're challenged on an issue, they're going to play the race card. And I want to go back with our viewers for just a little bit to our last session in Texas, in the Texas legislature. There was a bill, SB 2116, that prohibited those four same nations from buying critical infrastructure in Texas because that's a national security issue. That bill passed unanimously. Democrats and Republicans all came together. But now we're talking about Chinese governments, Russian governments, other actors, corporations from there purchasing land. And all of a sudden, the Democrats say, hey, you know what? We can play the race card on this. We can say we're going to prohibit someone from buying a house, which the bill does not do because the Democrats offer nothing else at all. And you know, I've been blasting these Democrats on these rallies that they're having because they're just making up statements about
Bobby,
this bill.
Let me jump in there just for 1 second, just to make this discrepancy. So it's not so much of those from China or Iran that have immigrated here or have been naturalized as U.S. citizens. It's those that have ties to powerful entities back home which can't purchase land or real estate here in the States, correct?
That is absolutely correct. So first of all, we welcome, obviously, people who are escaping these countries, coming to the land of freedom, coming to the land of opportunity. So no American citizen, regardless of their ancestry or country of origin, is denied the ability to buy property. Dual citizens, those escaping, those working, those are legal permanent residents. No one is excluded here. And those four countries that they're trying to say we're just targeting, those four countries are listed in the DNI's, the Director of National Intelligence's National Threat Assessment. These are bad countries, as you alluded to in your lead-in, and we're just trying to secure Texas. Other states are doing it too. North Dakota, Virginia's looking at it, Florida's looking at it, because we can't have Chinese government buying up land next to Air Force bases, and that's exactly what they're trying to do.
You'd think it would soothe over better with people. It should be the most straightforward thing. It's somehow getting lost in the conversation. But it begs the question, Bobby, I mean, why aren't more leaders concerned about this? Where's the outrage? Also, to keep in mind, this is going on while China's bolstering their own military spending. What if the land that they purchase, that they buy, is in close proximity to our military installations? No one thinks of this stuff. But a lot of what we've been saying here on this channel about China and Iran and why they pose such a huge threat has fallen on deaf ears time and time again.
Exactly. And you know what? The thing that frustrates me so much is, one, that China is doing this. I mean, they're spying on us. They're engaging in cyber attacks. Now they're trying to purchase land, you know, like I said, in North Dakota, next to an Air Force base that has the major hub of our drone technology, 130,000 acres outside of Air Force Base in Texas, all of this stuff. And yet when the Democrats play the race card, so many Republicans go weak in the knees. They refuse to stand up and they say, oh my gosh, maybe we shouldn't push this legislation. You know, maybe we should just cower to the Democrats. And guess what? The Democrats are smart. They're going to do it over and over again. But I'm speaking out on this. I'm supporting this bill because it is a national security initiative. We owe it to keep our border strong and our Texas land out of government's hands that want to do us harm. And it's as simple as that.
It's a real shame. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of, you know, the mayor going on a bunch of these networks, spewing the same kind of lies that we hear all the time, making it about one thing and one thing only, race, xenophobia. It's just kind of the easy way out, right? So, you know, Bobby, you're in the state of Texas. You're based in Houston. You can speak to this. If the bill goes through, how will it impact the real estate market there?
Everything's going to be fine. As we've said, if you have dual citizenship, if you're, you know, working on your citizenship, if you're already an American citizen, you have nothing to worry about. This is the governments, the corporations, citizens of those nations, those hostile nations that want to do us harm, but no one that wants to fulfill the American dream is denied the right to buy a home. That is just made up from the Democrats because they know they can score political points, exactly like you said, Dana, by playing this race card. And so many people cower to it. And what we should be doing as Republicans, and I've told people this here in Texas, is stand up and just educate our friends and neighbors on what the Democrats are saying and what the bill actually does. Because I guarantee those people that fled these communist oppressive regimes, they want this more than anything to keep those countries from gaining a foothold in America. They don't want that at all. That's why they left those countries. And yet the Democrats are trying to play to this as it's some kind of racist tactic. And it's just ridiculous.
Beyond.
Yes.
Wait till they flee these nations for what they want would be the American dream. And I think it's a pretty, straightforward as it could be. I mean, it's just protecting our sovereignty. That's how I feel like everyone else should see it. They're going to wake up one day and find out, no, China has complete and total control of our food supply. They're not going to love it so much. But Bobby Eberle, thanks so much for coming on. You're the man to speak to about this topic. Well, I'm sure to have you back on, and we'll follow up with you on the story and everything else. So thank you for coming on today.
Thanks, Dana. Appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you, Bobby.
All right, friends, thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button above. Once you do, tell your friends, share it, spread the word about the 13-minute news hour so we can keep growing. And for more great content, check out these videos right here, and I'll see you next time.